Boyfriend still lying about age after 3 years and I confronted him. OMG. It's my boyfriend's birthday today and I found out he's not 33? He's 40. I saw his birthday cards that obviously have "Happy 40th" on them. I confronted him and he said he never told me he was 33? WTF. This is obviously a big revelation beccos I'm 28 so there's a huge age gap. What do I do? Edit. He told me he went to uni but he said he didn't go to the graduation for personal reasons, so no photos. Sure, he's had birthday cards before but you don't get a numbered one every year so no, I wasn't suspicious. He told me he was 33 on his dating profile and in person I had no reason to doubt him as I don't expect somebody to lie about that. I haven't seen his ID as he doesn't drive and his passport has been on lockdown during COVID, no trips etc. He actually takes his skincare routine extremely seriously and he looks great for 40. It doesn't really matter if you're okay or not with his age. It's the fact that he lied to you about something so big, like WTF. How can someone conceal their age for like 3 years? Talk to him about it. Edit. Guys, I mean talk, confront him about lying and then walk off LMAO. That's a big red flag. The fact that he lied about his age and gaslighted you? Have a talk with him, especially if the age gap bothers you. He lied to you because he assumed you wouldn't want to date a 37-year-old at 25. He intentionally manipulated you into a relationship he thought you didn't want, because he wanted it. There's one solution to this. I have no idea why you're getting so many. Talk to him about this. He lied to you about his age so he could trick you into dating him. He then gaslights you when you confront him to make it all your fault. Don't talk to him. Run from him or he'll leave you a huge fool in a few years. Dump him. What do I do? Are you really asking if you should stay with someone who so easily lies to someone they claim to love? If so, I honestly don't know what to tell you. If you are willing to accept this treatment, what could I tell you that would make you have the self-respect to do what's healthy? This man is terrible and can lie so easily. I would be out the door. You're not. I don't know what to say to someone who would allow themselves to be lied to like this, and still thinks there's a future with this liar. I need a partner I can trust. If trust isn't important to you in a relationship, what can we tell you? The only thing I'm fascinated about in all of this is that it took you 3 years to find out. 3 years of birthdays and holidays. Nothing, huh? If he lied about that, then there's definitely other lies. Plus, instead of giving a legitimate reason, or any reason at all for that matter, he's gaslighting the hell out of you. Run. Should my husband be mad? My husband came out of the bedroom after waking up at like 3 a.m. and saw me in the living room on the couch. I got up and walked over to him and hugged him and told him I was scrolling through TikTok and watching TV because he asked what I was doing. He went back to bed and I decided to join him since I had to get up at 5 to make his lunch for work. He was mad at me, so I asked him why and he said he didn't trust me. He thinks I was talking to another guy until 3 a.m., not scrolling through TikTok and watching TV. I told him he could look through my phone to know I wasn't, but he refused to. He doesn't have any evidence that I was doing anything wrong because I wasn't doing anything wrong, so why is he mad? There's more to the story overall, but that's my main focus point at the moment. Edit. The more to the story. So in July we had agreed to an open relationship because I wasn't giving him what he needed. I didn't want to agree, but he said that or divorce, so I agreed to keep him. Fast forward a few weeks and I find out he already has someone who he met online who happens to live by us that he wants to pursue the open relationship with. He told me after the fact that they were talking. He told me after they had already started being sexual with each other that they were sexual with each other. We agreed to keep each other like in the know, but he told me everything after it already happened. Fast forward again a few months, I met someone online who lived on the other side of the country who I didn't intend to be sexual with, but we flirted quite a bit. I told him I started talking this guy after we had talked for a bit and I realized that I wanted to keep talking to him. I told him about the flirting and he actually saw it. After the fact, since I told him I was talking to this guy after the fact and told him we had flirted after the fact, he says I cheated on him. But I told him everything after the fact like he did, and he was still in the know about what was going on. So, he's allowed to open the relationship for him to fuck another woman, but you even talking to someone else isn't allowed? Listen to yourself. Also getting up at 5 a.m. to make his lunch. You've got a real winner of a husband there. So he's a cheater and a hypocrite who's projecting. Ethical non-monogamy requires communication and honesty. Otherwise it's just cheating. Which is what he did. Then he got mad because you did the same. Your husband should be your ex-husband. You have to get up at 5 a.m. to make his lunch? He's a grown man, tell him to make his own food. I'm getting controlling and abusive vibes from him from the way he accused you and behaved afterwards. Sue, let me get this straight. You're in an open relationship where he is allowed to do whatever he wants and you're not even allowed to talk to another guy? So basically, he doesn't need to have any commitment to you but still likes to keep you around to make his lunch and just overall control you? This does not sound good. Call your lawyer. Get a divorce. Have you cheated on him before? And has he cheated on you before? Because this kind of distrust shows that something is going on. Maybe it's just internal in your husband, or maybe it's not. If you have cheated in the past, then his distrust makes sense. If not, then this is a strong orange flag and something that immediately needs to be solved. He didn't want an open relationship, because what he really wanted was a free pass to cheat, but you were not allowed to. He wanted you to sit at home and wait for him, clean and cook for him and be his servant. Not actually taken part in being in an open relationship. I would have taken divorce. Me 42M, my son 17M caught my wife, his mom, 40F cheating on me with a friend of mine also 42M. So this happened a while back and me and my wife decided on counseling. I have of course cut my friend out my life and me and my wife are slowly making progress there. But then there is my son who is so angry with his mom, he has just stopped speaking to her and it's been like this since January now when this happened. I have tried talking to him and even suggested maybe he also should talk to somebody, but he refuses. His 18th birthday is coming up and he has told me he will remain in contact with me, but not with his mom when he heads to college. For the first months after he found out, he argued with her constantly. For example, when she asked him to take out the trash, he responded with "There's the door." I called him out on that one and he just gave me a look and said fine and then took out the trash. My wife and I are working through this and she has tried to speak to him, even apologized to him multiple times. But after a few months of him being angry, he has decided he does not want to speak to her at all. And whenever she is out of the house he talks to me normally. My wife tried carefully to ask him about his day and he just completely ignored her and did not even look at her. He seems like he has emotionally cut her out and acts normal towards everyone else including his aunts, his mom's sisters. They have also tried talking to him, but he said he refuses to talk about his mom. I was angry and hurt by her infidelity, but I understand that his reaction is stronger since he caught them and he has a mental image he would most likely not have. My ex-friend told his wife right after this happened and she is divorcing him. I am really not sure what to do here. I got my brothers telling me they support my son and that I should divorce her. But she has gone above and beyond when it comes to counseling and working to fix things. She has done everything when it comes to me, but then there is my son's relationship to her which is gonna be a lot harder to fix. Just not sure how to handle this. I just figured giving him space was a good idea, but he seems to have decided to cut her out of his life. So not sure what to do here honestly. His feelings are valid and dismissing them will alienate him from you too. Don't. He's old enough to decide what kind of relationship he wants with her. And by caught, do you mean he caught them together? Because that shit will be traumatizing. Edit. Make space and time for your son without forcing him to interact with your wife or you will do irreparable damage to your relationship with him. But then there is my son's relationship to her which is gonna be a lot harder to fix. He doesn't want to fix it. She lost him for as long as it takes him to change his mind, if he ever does. Behavior like hers breaks things. Your son's respect for his mom is one of the things that got broken. Given that everybody seemingly tried to talk to him without results, this will probably take more time. I'm not sure you can count her going above and beyond by going to counseling when she still fucked your friend, my dude. Your son is nearly an adult and he can make his own choices, and if you try to force the issue you might lose him as well. Ultimately this is her issue to deal with, not yours, and I don't blame him because she wasn't just betraying you, she was betraying your son and his family image. With time he might mellow and it will take consistency and a lot of crow eating on her part, but she's done this to herself. Fair play to him. He's old enough to know what he wants to do. Just because you're okay with the fact your wife was fucking your mate doesn't mean he has to be okay with that. Give him the space he wants and your wife needs to accept that the consequences of her actions are permanent. Wow, that trash line was vicious. It's his choice. Her cheating affected him too and you can't just say to get over it just because you did. Actions have consequences. Just because you find it okay to forgive her doesn't mean he has to. Stop pushing the subject or he'll just think less of you and lose respect. Your son is spot on the money and you're a fool. More power to him. She put everyone's world on the line and blew it. You're in denial that this shit glues back together. It doesn't. Boyfriend, 30M, introduced me as a lawyer, 27F. My 27F boyfriend, 30F, and I were on a date, and while we were walking around the city we bumped into someone he knows. So, they started chatting and then he introduced me by stating my name and saying that I am a lawyer. I'm in law school, but I am no lawyer yet. He didn't say girlfriend either, but he did emphasize that I am a lawyer and made a joke about me being able to help them with something due to my specialization. This really caught me off guard and I see it as a red flag. When I asked him why he did that, he said that I told him how our professors would address us as lawyers. We aren't and he knows. It didn't feel good to me. What do you guys think? Too long did not read. My 27F boyfriend, 30M, told someone we encountered during a date that I am a lawyer and actually carried on with it, whereas I am a law student. Edit. He also lied about his degree and only admitted after I found out. He would bad-mouth the very people that have the same degree he has, i.e. saying those types of people with degree X are very arrogant. He sounded very bitter about people that studied X and had a master in Y. And as proud as he sounded, he also didn't have it on his LinkedIn, and after other hints I pieced it together. He said that he told all the other women he dated the same and only one besides me figured it out. It just makes me feel like he is very fixed on appearances, titles, and it feels very disingenuous to me. Edit. Thank you everybody. I didn't expect so many replies. I have had this happen to me before, while being a law student, but generally with friends. It's annoying and I don't understand why people do it at all, because they definitely know that you're a student. I think it's a bit of a prestige thing trying to impress the other person. It is weird though that he didn't first say you're his GF, and then go on to the lawyer thing. I'd be more focused on that than the other. Lying about his degree is like the key commonality every single Dirty John type story includes. Introducing you as your future occupational and not his girlfriend is a red flag to me given the other info in your post. He's a liar. What more do you need to see this is not going to work out? Well, if you value honesty, that is. He also sounds insecure that you have a high-level degree. You don't want that. You value honesty, he doesn't. There are plenty of men who value honesty and have so many other great qualities. What he did was cringe. Move on. No explanation. You are gorgeous and talented and worthy of a man who isn't a liar. He is a liar. Don't live your life with a liar, you will never be able to believe him. Or rather, when people show you who they are, believe them. How long have you been together? Is it possible he has more than one girlfriend? Sounds plausible. Plus, he's insecure and a liar. Big red flag. You're focused on the wrong thing. Your boyfriend is a liar. He lies to you and to others. You need to leave. If they'll lie about these things to appear better, you'll never know what is real. This is more than a red flag. It's a stop sign with an exit to the left. Ask him if he'd like you to represent him in his fraud case.